Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next unit review. For this series, I go through every faction's units on their rosters to kind of describe how these units function, their different kits, what all their different statistics mean, and give an example of how you could build an army using these units to maximize them if they're going to be the centerpiece of your army. Finally, I do a match against the multiplayer to show off the empowered abilities. Now, saying that, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily be able to empower these Cadian shock troops because they're just so squishy and hard to get enough kills, and all I'm going to be able to see is an empowered frag grenade, which I don't think is going to be particularly interesting for you. But I'll attempt it and see what I can do here for you. But first, before we start talking about these Cadian shock troops, if you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. So the Cadian shock troops, they have been reworked after the patch, so the cost has gone up pretty substantially. I mean, before I think they cost 35, and now if you're going to bring out the melee variant, they cost 45. So that's almost a 30% increase, and that's why they decrease the cost for a lot of your other vehicles, is because they know you're not going to be able to be using as many of these Cadian troops anymore. Now, you know, people kind of hem and haw about that, but overall now with how powerful the executability is with the commissars, I definitely think it's reasonable to have these guys cost 40 points. So you have two different variants effectively. So for the 40 points you're spending, you're getting 10 units total, each with 30 health, 1 action point, 4 movement, 2 armor, and 5 evasion. You have a ranged variant, which has no change in the cost of 40, and with that you have just the standard las gun. It has 4 attacks per model, doing a base damage of 3 to 4, armor piercing of 1, and has an optimal range of 3 but can shoot anywhere from 1 to 6. Has a base accuracy of 80% at optimal range, and the accuracy falls off 10 per tile outside of the optimal range. Now, these are considered infantry, which means that anybody that has the officer trait will get 10% evasion with each surrounding squad around them for up to 4 stacks, so it can give you, 40% evasion to your psychers and to your commissar and to your castellans, which will help them stay alive. So you can use them as a meat shield that way, and then just like every other swarm unit, you typically will want to use these guys to run and soak up overwatch fire as well. Now, the second loadout here, the second loadout here, which will now cost 45, they have a weaker ranged weapon, so it has the same statistics except the base accuracy drops down to 65. But in exchange for that decreased range, and now they both have the frag grenades, so I suppose I should specify what that is. So that does 26 to 35 splash damage against a single enemy squad, but it only has 1 armor piercing. Each trooper has 2 grenades, and the cooldowns every 2 turns. So before only the ranged variant would have the frag grenade, now the melee guys do as well. So at the expense of having lower range, they get access to the bayonets. And so what this is each model has 1 attack. It'll do 7 to 10 damage with an armor piercing of 4, so that was buffed. And then they have a melee accuracy of 85. So you're like, oh, okay, so that seems somewhat decent, and it is. But the big thing with these guys is when you're going to do an infantry build like this, you need to have a lot of other guys to help buff them up even further. So typically what you're going to do is you're going to want a castellan with you. And the reason for that is because not only are you going to give your guys the voice of command, which gives plus 10 accuracy, but it also increases the damage by 1 by anybody that's in contact with her. And you're like, 1? That doesn't seem like very much. But when you're shooting at range, this is now a 30 to 25% damage increase to their las gun, and it's a 7 to 10% buff to their melee damage. So that's where you can start to get these guys to do a lot more damage for you, especially if you use the Bring It Down ability. So that'll lower the armor and evasion by a unit by 2 armor and 10 evasion to a unit, and only lasts 1 turn, so you'd typically want to use this and then swarm them with the infantry to be able to do some damage. But you'd want to stack up additional buffs here too, because you can use your commissar, and what that they can do is they use the execute ability, and what you can do is you can just keep one of your squads to be just a sacrificial unit, and so he'll just execute one of the models in the squad here, and what that'll do is everybody that's a non I guess I'd call it an HQ unit. I was calling them officers before, but since psychers get increased momentum, I guess I can't really call them an officer anymore because these guys are considered officers. So it's going to be any HQ unit does not get the bonus momentum, but every other unit in the game does. And so it's AoE around the squad that gets at the execution, and it gives 30 momentum to all those units for 2 turns. So you can significantly increase their crit chances, and decrease the amount of graze attacks these guys are doing, because that's how the momentum works on these guys. But you can also then use the Show 'em Steel ability, and that'll increase the melee damage by an additional 25%. It'll now increase the melee damage you're doing by 25%, and it'll increase the crit chance of your ranged units by 10%. And now they can't be suppressed, so if you wanted to use a charge attack to buff their damage even further, that would be an option. So this is how you're really getting the most bang for your buck here. And then they're also getting bonus momentum gains by being in a battle line formation. So you can definitely do some crazy things here with these troopers to really help you out. Now I can't foresee infantry build really being that viable in this game, and the other thing that's a little bit of a downside is you have 10 units here, and each one model that gets killed is giving 2 momentum plus whatever momentum bonuses they're getting. So these guys can really feed a lot of momentum to your enemies, so you got to be really careful about that. But we'll play around with an infantry squad here and show you what they can do. I'll set up a skirmish match. So I think we did the orcs last time, so I think that means we're going to probably be playing against the Tau, most likely, I would think. Let's see. Yep, Tau, that's what I thought. So that might be a little tough. They're usually a hard counter to an infantry army because they have so much of flamer abilities here, but we'll play around and see what we can do here. Now, what I'm gonna do is have these guys on the side, like so. And we'll do something like this. And we'll just keep the Castellan as our commander. And we'll start it off with move, move, move. Now that'll allow you to get all the way up to here. You guys can now get all the way up to here. You can get to there. You're still good to get all the way up to here. As can you. You're up here. And then we'll just run these guys over.
We'll light them up.
And everybody should be getting the Castellan's buffs here.
Nothing escapes my scrutiny.
Yep. Okay, so how this works, I was a little bit unclear, but what the battle lines are effectively doing is everybody in the battle line formation is getting plus 10 momentum, or 11 in this case, just for being in line, except for the officers or the HQ units, because they don't get to take advantage of momentum gains.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
So that's how that works. Alright, bring you guys up to here. And you can just stay back there, because there's really no reason for you to be up front.
What next, sir?
I would like the bayonet guys to be in the front here,
Moving to the battle line.
because they're the ones that are most likely to gain from movements here.
What next, sir?
Yeah?
Alright, so let's end turn.
On my mark.
Enemies fortifying nearby.
Alright. their overwatch, or their drones to soak up the overwatches here. Alright. So we want to take out the fusions here. Got some breachers. So yeah, definitely a lot of damage coming in here. So let's execute one. That's 75, 95.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Yeah, so you should get it too. So let's
Gunners, I need you firing now.
pound them to dust. And you can start shooting into here. And then this is the one with the fusion blaster. So that means he's the one that I for sure want to get some kills on.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
I don't really want to feed you kills if I'm going to be killing with you. So I guess let's just move you to here.
On the way.
You can start shooting this guy down. You can shoot there.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
I guess we'll just pull you back to here. I guess we'll just shoot into here. Drop that a little bit.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
And then you can continue to shoot here.
Shield holding.
I guess we'll just move you up to here. Start shooting him down. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Because I've actually weakened them so much. That they can get killed by just blowing up here. So if you come here, you'll get the kill there.
Your armor right here, sir.
Of course, I've killed one of your models, haven't I? So let's do something like this. You shoot there, you shoot here. Trying to get them to stack up as much momentum as I can. You've got a breacher here, you've got pathfinders there.
Firing.
Alright, let's do double shots here. And what kind of weapon do these guys have? Yeah, they got flamers, so I have to drop these guys. Are those no pulse carbines, so that should keep you safe.
Can't talk. Got a battle to win.
I guess let's just move you to here. Those are fire warriors. Of course, those are the ones I want to keep alive, or the ones I freaking
Got your armor right here.
just moved like that. Alright, let's do
Awaiting
something
your
like
orders.
this. Move you guys
What next,
back.
sir? Lining up, sir.
Can move you up this way. You can shoot into these guys. Oh.
Awaiting your orders.
Well, I guess just shoot into here.
All systems operational.
Good.
Armor rolling out.
Alright, shoot into the breachers. Okay, good. Pull you back.
What next,
How do I
sir?
want to do this? And I guess if I bring you to here, you can shoot here. Okay, that gets you an extra kill. Pull you back. Still got the commissars here.
Awaiting your orders.
Yeah, you're not going to do much for damage there. Guess you might as well just shoot into the fire warriors here.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Moving to the battle line.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Firing!
I guess we'll just have you shoot into these guys.
Victory.
Alright, so we got these guys here.
Victory.
I guess let's just bring you up.
Awaiting your orders.
What you want?
And part of me wants to just melee these guys. Okay. Pull you back.
For the Emperor.
Got your armor right here, sir. Got your armor right here, sir.
Alright, well, let's see if we can keep guys alive enough to do some damage here.
New targets just showed up.
Alright, they killed those guys. No, they're killing the guys that have momentum.
Dumb luck.
Yeah, I figured he was going to shoot into you.
Shooting at me.
Alright, they've got to go.
As long as I draw breath, Cadian stands.
Alright,
What
and
next, sir?
it looks like I am losing my execution bonuses here.
Awaiting your orders.
What
Actually,
next,
not
sir?
all these guys had execution bonuses, so I have another turn.
Got your armor right here, sir.
So the question is what do I want to do here? Looks like if you attack here... Oh! No! I just wasted so much experience doing that.
Give them the bayonet.
On your
Ah,
orders.
shit. I can't believe I just wasted all that experience.
Awaiting your orders. Lining up, sir.
We're under fire.
Yeah? Running.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Hitting.
This will not stop me.
Got your armor right here, sir. Rolling
Yeah, definitely messed that up a little bit here. Oh, it's a breacher, so I'm gonna have to kill him too, or he'll just take these guys out.
Understood.
Victory through discipline.
Well, go ahead and charge into these guys, I guess.
This will not stop me.
What next, sir? Moving to the battle line. What next, sir?
Well, I guess, do I focus on firing or do I do grenades is the question.
Awaiting your orders.
Grenade!
Well, I think you guys are now my new sacrificial pawns here.
Armor rolling out. Got your armor right here, sir. Armor rolling out. Firing.
Pulse carbine, ion rifle, pulse carbine.
What next, sir?
I guess let's just throw the grenade here.
Lining up, sir.
Victory through discipline.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Got your armor right here, sir. Armor rolling out.
Awaiting your orders.
I don't know if I really want you to get that kill as a thing.
Victory through discipline.
Because I'm sitting here trying to get you guys to... do more damage.
They're shooting back!
Oh, I didn't think about them nerfing you like that with the blindness, but of course that makes perfect sense.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Alright, I definitely think they're messing with me though here.
Grenade! What next, sir?
Oh, I can't execute the unit. The last unit in a squad, huh?
Victory through
That's
discipline.
unfortunate.
Awaiting your orders.
Moving to the battle line.
Alright, well let's just move you up to here then.
The death of this coward. will
Mr.
temper your
Commissar.
faith.
Hold them off.
Alright, well, let's pull you back here. We'll move you to here.
Glory to the
Buff
first
everybody's
soldier to die.
damage.
What next, sir?
You're what, 74?
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
That's 80.
Awaiting your orders.
Honestly, I think if I move you guys back here and you charge into here.
Give them the bayonet.
Ah, you're just short.
What next, sir?
Take cover.
Alright, and we'll charge into here, so that'll be 90 to 110 damage. Good. So now you're almost ready.
Victory through discipline.
Alright.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
And this will be what, 80 to 120 damage, so that's not bad. Bring you over to here. And that's even with you guys being blind.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your
Alright,
orders.
cool.
Got your armor right here, sir.
I do want to take these guys out though, because they do worry me. Okay, we'll do something like that. And then we just got to make sure you guys are not facing anybody that might do Overwatch attacks.
I will lead from the battle line.
Let's just move you over to here, I guess. Alright, let's do something like that.
Till they move.
Alright, and now I just have to get some kills.
Awaiting your orders.
So let's just throw a bunch of frag grenades, I think. It's probably the easiest way to try to guarantee getting some kills.
What next, sir?
Advance.
Alright, let's move you all the way over to here. And let's use the show 'em steel.
Moving to the battle
Bring you
line.
over here. Now you freaking better get the kill here.
Hold them off.
Alright, good. So if we empower things here, we get a frag grenade, which will now do 30 to 40 with an armor piercing of 3. It gives you 2 additional ammo, and you have 1 turn cooldown. So that's actually a pretty good grenade there, if you get these guys to actually surge.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
As long as I draw
Well, let's
breath,
bring 'em down, I
I
guess.
stand. I will lead from the battle line.
And bring you up to here and have you shoot into them. And now they could search too. So, as you can see, the shock troopers definitely aren't terrible. They can do decent melee damage, especially if you can get some flank attacks there and you really buff them with the commissars. The big thing is you just got to be really, really careful around flame units, because they will just absolutely liquidate your guys. Or if they have grenades themselves, that'll easily allow them to shoot through and get the kills. The melee will allow you to do a little bit of counterattacks and just have higher damage potential, whereas the ranged units will allow you to do some weak damage. A lot of the Tau are low armored, so it actually makes the shock troopers look a little bit better than they actually are once you start to get into heavily armored units, the ranged shock troopers just won't do any damage to them, and the melee still will be somewhat effective, especially if you stack them up with the bring them down to lower that armor and evasion chances. As you can see, when I get rear attacks, you could have some pretty significant damage boosts, and then the crit chances were pretty high too, especially when you buff them up with the show 'em steel ability, amongst other things. So you just gotta play around a little bit here and decide what kind of forces you want. Usually, again, like I said, I use them to run around and soak up overwatch shots, to try to keep my commissar alive, because the other thing you can use with these guys is if you're going to fight with the castellan with the power fist, or fight with the commissar with the power sword, is if you have a bunch of weak shock infantry around them, then you'll significantly increase the evasion, and that will dramatically reduce the chance of you suffering a counterattack when they are coming after you with the counter, because then you'll have above a 50% counter rate, so it should be a flip of a coin of whether they actually hit you or not. As you saw, the grenade being empowered actually is a pretty decent grenade, so that'll allow you to do damage to, for sure, light tier infantry, and actually do a little bit of damage to some moderate armored infantry as well. But for the most part, the ranged grenade with the armor piercing 1 now actually does less damage than the Cadian range damage units, especially if they've been buffed up. So you just got to take into consideration what you want to do. Now, the one exception to that is if you're fighting swarm tactics, Hormagaunts, or gargoyles, you can just spam those grenades. You know, 2 grenades should be able to do a full squad wipe against gargoyles, and the grenade itself should be able to wipe out almost the whole Hormagaunt squad if you get a good roll, and it for sure will be able to wipe out a Termagant squad no matter what you do. So those are the kind of things where these guys really shine, and they can also be a real nuisance against the Chaos Forces as well, unless there's Flesh Hounds, because Flesh Hounds with their flame ability will just totally destroy these guardsmen here, and then with their Scent of Blood ability, it allows them to just do tons of charge damage on you. So you just got to really be a little more strategic on that play, because they are not strong enough to be able to act as a meat shield to stop the demon forces from getting you. But if you do have a bunch of them, and then they have their bloodletters and things, it does actually take the bloodletters quite some time to chop through these guys, especially if they have a bunch of evasion and other things going on. So things to just food for thought, I guess. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.